Yeah, I'm soaked. Well, hello there. Welcome to my in-motion V14 road test. Got the wheel at 100%, took it off the charger, and we're gonna see how far this off-road wheel can go on road with riding conditions that, average between 25 miles an hour. I'm hoping is gonna be my average speed, but it's gonna be all over the place. Nice little quiet suburban areas like where I live in, the open road bike lanes, go down to the beach. I don't know. I don't really have a predefined route built out in my head, but we'll figure it out. I am rocking my GPS, so this will be GPS accurate distance. It's currently a little after 2:30 in the afternoon on a July afternoon in Southwest Florida. Not exactly the best time to start a range test. Temperature right around 90 degrees, I believe, but we'll see how it goes. I do have a bottle of water in my pocket, and I do expect to be making multiple spots along the way, or multiple stops along the way, so we'll make it work. So if there's been other people that have done V14 range tests, I haven't seen them. I don't know. In my head, a 2400 watt-hour battery pack should be able to get me at least 50 miles, but we'll see. This does have a C40 motor in it, a very powerful C40 motor in it, so we'll see how efficient it is trying to carry me distance. I'm up and rolling around 30 miles an hour without even trying. I just find the V14 Pro very easy to just hop on and go. And it does have a lot of power, so it doesn't take much to get you moving. Bike lane, bike lane, bike lane. I used to live out in the Estates. This is how 90% of my range test was. It's not that way anymore. First of all, it's kind of boring. Second of all, it's kind of dangerous. I don't believe I'll be heading very far inland, because as you can see, those are some wet looking clouds up there, and I'm not looking to get wet on this ride. Aww. I actually just swung a U-ey, as you can see, to the west towards the ocean. Looks much better, so we'll go that direction. We'll get our miles in there. Went and played 2.5 hours of pickleball this morning, so that is not the best prep for a range test. Definitely not ideal. And I forgot to take my Advil before doing this, but shit happens. Even though this LED is nice and visible in most conditions, direct sunlight, not so much. You cannot tell how fast I'm going in direct sunlight. Really, the only displays that are visible in direct sunlight are the LCD displays that are in NOSFED and Libra Chem wheels. Got my first 5 miles in. Says I'm at 90% battery. 5.25 miles. 90% battery after 5 miles. Those of you that have watched my V12S content, you may know that one of the complaints I had about that wheel is when I got above like 25 miles an hour, it started to feel a little wobbly to me, like it wanted to wobble. So much so, that's why I went through the whole song and dance to change the tire, thinking I could change that behavior. It was a little better after the tire change, but not significantly better. So for whatever reason, the physics of that wheel, once I get above 25 miles an hour, I need to keep cutting back and forth to kind of keep myself from feeling wobbly. With the V14 Pro, I haven't noticed that. I jump up into the low 30s and it still feels just as good as low 20s. I guess this is one way to make sure your house doesn't flood. I don't know if I've ever seen a house stacked on 6x6s like that. Interesting. Very interesting. A little bit of sidewalk action here, not much. Here we are at the footprint underpass, pedestrian underpass. Everyone puts foot marks all over the white paint. They paint it again, and then they put more foot marks there. Towards the beach. We're at the beach. We're here. We're at 10.38 miles. Let's take a picture. At least so far, we're definitely on the 10% every 5 miles kind of kick. I'm at 80% at 10.39 GPS miles. Trying to see, let's see, looks like the wheels right now at 129 volts, 134 volt wheel. So it's lost 5 volts so far. I'm hot, very hot. In a way, it feels good to stop, you know, give my feet a break, all that kind of stuff. Man, the heat just starts pouring in. At least when I'm rolling like this, I got a constant, 25-mile-an-hour breeze hitting me. All right, so back on the road, 10 miles down. Who knows how many to go? Whoa. Cruising down Gulf Shore Boulevard. Not too many people out. I'm kind of surprised, but good for me. I don't know if I have you on this road very much. This is Gordon Drive. This is actually where even more expensive houses are, on Gordon Drive as opposed to Gulf Shore Drive, believe it or not. Yeah, if you just want to get an idea of the kind of real estate that's in this area, this part of the beach is called Port Royal. Yes, can't get any fancier than that, Port Royal. And you can see, this looks like a royal residence, doesn't it? Oh my God. Cuts down to one lane there. They're doing construction or something, so I just turned around, screw it. V14 Pro, cruising Port Royal. Riding among royalty, or something like that. And I'm definitely gonna have to get some more fluids. I drank 3/4 of my bottle of water while I was sitting there at the 10-mile break. I feel constantly dehydrated. Again, probably a side effect from playing pickleball this morning. Okay, now I just cut back from the beach, no longer following the shoreline. Back east. Again, I'm making this up as I go. Bear with me. Quick check, 72% at 15 miles. All right, one thing I have not done on the V14 Pro yet is any sort of steps. Let's just do this little baby set right here.
Extreme.
All right.
Extreme.
Felt as expected. I don't know that I'd want to do a huge long set with this spring on here, but a short 5 or 6 set, not too bad. These are the steps I went down New Year's Day 2024. Did the whole set. By the time I got to the bottom of it, I was a little bit terrified. I have now finished my water, so I will be picking up additional hydration along the way, including Dunkin' Donuts coffee, of course. Here's one more small double set of stairs, or is it triple? That's triple, actually. Triple.
Extreme.
Success. How extreme can you be? Flying by the airport. Just crossed 20 GPS miles, 63% at 20 miles. It's a little bit of my 10% for every 5 miles covered that we started with, so we'll see how it winds up. I'm curious if they do a similar battery calculation on the V14 Pro as they do on the Emotion P6, where up front it appears to lose battery faster, but then on the back end, the second 50% of the battery, it loses it slower because of the way that they calculate their percentages. So we'll see how it works out. Just under 22 miles, showing 61% on the wheel, which translates to 123 volts. Been riding for about an hour and a half, and in the background I hear a lightning alarm going off. Peachy. Want to avoid that if at all possible. Getting dark. I wanted to maybe go to that Wawa near my house to grab some more hydration, but if I do, I'm going to get wet, which might not be the worst thing. And a couple of raindrops hit me, and that's why. That's all right. V14 Pro can handle a little bit of rain. So can I. It's raining a bit more, but I made it to Wawa so I can grab some refreshment because I need it. Just under 30 miles, 29.76 miles. 47% on the display, which correlates to 118.8 volts. Plugging away. Just got a weather alert, extremely strong thunderstorm alert. Wind gusts of 45 to 50 miles an hour. I guess it's in Golden Gate Estates, but it's moving west towards where I am. All right, maybe we'll just chill here for a little bit. Yeah, it's getting a little ugly. Little ugly. All right, we're getting a little bit of a water resistance test. I'm just going home. I'm gonna go home and then I'm gonna have to finish this either later on this evening or tomorrow. It's lightning, it's thundering. It would be stupid to try to continue a range test in these conditions. And dangerous possibly, so there's that too. How's that mud guard working back there? I don't feel anything hit my ass. That's good. Yeah, I'm soaked. I'm freaking soaked. Yeah. All right, guys, we're gonna pick this up when I'm able to pick it back up. The wheel's at 46%. I'm at 30.49 miles, about 30 and a half miles, and we are at 118.2 volts. To be continued.
2 hours later.
Yo, I'm back. Different gear on because my old gear, or the other gear I was wearing, is soaked. Different helmet, different gear, different shirt too. That was soaked too. Same pants, they're damp, but you know, who cares? So the rain stopped. So it's about 6:30-ish. So I'm hoping I can close this thing out. I don't know. We'll see. I got my GPS back on. We're just over 30 miles. 46% on the wheel. I want to see if I can get this thing run out in the next 90 minutes. Skies are clearing-ish, although I do have a few drops hitting me, but I think I'll be able to get this in. It'd be nice to get it done today, all on the same day. And it was nice to take a break too. I was getting pretty worn out there in that heat. Different sneakers too, if you haven't noticed, different sneakers. I didn't really get a chance to talk about how I was feeling on the wheel after 30 miles because it started to rain. Feet were getting sore. Not terrible, but sore. These pedals are basically the same pedals that are on the V9. I've had worse and I've had better as far as pedal comfort goes. The suspension doing this ride, it feels the same as it's felt otherwise. It's felt stiffer than I would prefer. It's tuned to be ridden off-road, so I'm not surprised. It'll be interesting to do some distance when I swap out the lighter strength spring on this to see how it compares. But all in all, the wheel's been just fine. It's been stable, it's been comfortable, confidence inspiring, especially for a 16-inch wheel. Yeah, the rain definitely has not stopped. As you can see in my goggles, it has not stopped. It's light. Hopefully it remains light and does not get heavy. Because of the potential for rain, I plan to do the rest of this close to home. I might do a few loops here around this. This is like a 2-mile loop or so, 2 to 3 mile loop, I believe. I might just loop this a few times to get a quick 10 miles on. Quite a variety of conditions on this range test today. I'm actually starting to feel a little cold because I'm getting increasingly wet and the air temperature has cooled off since the rain, the front blew through, and I have a 25-mile-an-hour wind blowing on me constantly. So now I'm feeling a little bit cold. And I decided to get back out here on the road for a little bit. Still raining, still cold. Here's the V14 in low light conditions due to storms and evening lighting with no sun. How's it look? I did preload a couple Advil before heading out here for the second time. A wise choice. Most of the distance today has been ridden at this speed. I just crossed 35 and a half miles, 36% on the display. Again, my no research, just mental expectations was to get somewhere around 50 miles on this. So I think I'm on track to do it. Just a matter of how long it's going to take. This is the first substantial rain test I've done since the InMotion P6, where it was 77 miles. So yeah, there's a reason that you don't see a lot of people doing a lot of range test videos, and it's because they're kind of a pain in the ass. At least that's my opinion. So I'm doing just big looping squares here. I'm on a short sidewalk section here, then I'm going to get back out onto the same roads and just keep trying to collect mileage quickly so I can be done. All right, now on the path with the infamous no powered vehicles sign. Yeah, here we are. I don't think anyone's going to be out enforcing in this weather, but you know, we are here. All right, there goes an e-biker. There he goes. Just crossed 40 miles. Well, 40.4, actually 40 and a half miles. 40.43 GPS miles. Let's see, we're at 26% battery on the wheel. And let's see what our voltage is. If I reconnect to the wheel. It's interesting. The wheel thinks that it has 14 more miles to go, which is a little conservative, I would think, but maybe not. So, okay, at 26% battery, nice lightning, 110.8 volts. So, see if I can get this last 10 miles or so in the books. Well, at least the rain has stopped. It's still very dark. 42 and a half miles, just over 42 and a half miles. 22% battery. Come on, let's go. Let's run this thing out. For whatever reason, on this part 2 of the range test, my feet actually feel good. They actually feel better than they did the first time. So I don't know. Who knows? Feet work in mysterious ways, I guess. Okay, we dropped below 20%. You see I have a red indicator on the screen. I don't know what it says something, or I don't know. I can't really see it from up here when I'm riding, but we're getting down there. So 18% battery, just under 45 miles. I don't know, I'm thinking about doing one more loop. I don't know if that'll push it too much or not, but because I don't want to get stuck on a super low battery miles from the house. I do not want to do that, because that could be a pain. And plus I have no clue what the InMotion V14 Pro low battery behavior is. I know in the P6 I went down to basically nothing and it was fine. I think it beeped once at me. Don't know how it is in the V14 Pro. A lot of InMotion wheels recently, they let you ride damn close to, I don't know, at least 5%, and you're fine. You know, you got to slow down, but the behavior's fine. It's not tilting you back. So I guess I'm gonna find out how it is on the V14 Pro. Just to be clear, I had that red indicator on the screen, but there's been no beeping from the wheel yet, as of yet. Probably just jinxed myself, but yeah, no beeping, no warnings. All right, I'm gonna risk it. I'm doing one more big square, my third one. Big square with the gamble that I'll be able to get back right around the house with enough battery to still be rideable. I think early in the video I mentioned that this has a 2400 watt-hour battery pack. I don't know that I mentioned that it uses Samsung 50S cells. You know, pretty much the gold standard for the last couple of years as far as performance batteries go in wheels. All right, got my first beeps. 15% battery. I was doing low 20s. I guess that was too fast. The beeps stopped now, so we will reduce speed. But I don't think I'm going to do the big loop, just to be safe. I think I'm going to get up to the end of this segment of the Greenway Trail and reverse, and then just stay close to the house. That sounds like a better plan to me. And just for data collection, those first beeps came in like a little over 46 and a half miles. Here's our lovely sign. Okay, I just reversed. 13% battery remaining, 47 and a half miles. I have not gotten any more beeps since I dropped my speed below 20 at 15%. And now we're down to 13. Less than 3/4 of a mile to go to get to 50 GPS. I'm at 49.32. We're at 10% battery. Okay, just dropped below 10% battery. Got another set of 3 beeps. I'm dropping I was going like 15 to 19. Now I'll probably keep it, you know, 15 and below. And see what we can squeeze out of it. Whoa. Okay. Well, that happened quickly. Went to 9% and we went to a strong tilt back. Can you see that? Unrideable tilt back all of a sudden. Interesting. Okay, so that is not behavior like the P6. Good news is I'm close to home. I'm gonna see if I can reset it. It doesn't even want to balance, really? Okay, hold on, let me do some diagnostics. Okay, got it balancing again after a reset. Let's see how far it'll go at 9% battery. We'll just go very slow. I'm at 49.91 miles. I gotta get 50, right? Even though this last few hundred yards is kind of painful. It was fine up until it dropped below 10%. 49.97, yeah, we're gonna get it just at the garage. We'll be just past 50. Oh, better slow down now. Based on the way things are going, I thought that I might get a few extra miles beyond 50, but nope. Nope. GPS distance, 50.07 miles. Okay, I need to do this quick because I think the mic on my DJI Mini is dying after over 3.5 hours of time on the road. So yeah, interesting ride, right? It performed really well, but once it crossed 10%, it was like, nope, I'm done. So that's good to know. That tilt back was definitely unrideable once it kicked in on me. But other than that, the wheel performed well. It met my expectations, barely. 50 miles was the number I had in my head. And that's what we squeezed out of the 2400 watt hour pack. Oh, I guess I should check the voltage right here. Check the voltage at 9%, or actually the app says 8%. It's interesting, the app says 8%, on board it says 9%. Let's see, the voltage, 97.7 volts is what I finished at. So anyways, let me know what you thought of that performance. If you have any, let's see. If you enjoyed this video, please think about giving it a big thumbs up. It's a very diverse range test, right? Extreme heat, extreme wetness, extreme tilt back. A very interesting range test for me. If this is your first time visiting the channel, please consider subscribing. And if you're going to subscribe, you can hit the notify bell that's over there somewhere. Huge thanks to my channel members. Channel members make the world go round. Channel members are listed right here. If you're interested in channel membership, there's a number of perks. You can find out about them by hitting the join button down below. It'll show you what you get. Feel free to leave your comments, suggestions, ideas, and thoughts below. If you made it to the end of the video, you can let me know by putting in the comments hashtag V14 range. Yes, V14 range. So one of the reasons I wanted to get this done today was I might be taking this to the swamp tomorrow. So I need to get this in the charger and recover a little bit because my body is feeling a little beat up. So maybe I will be going to the swamp tomorrow. We shall see. So anyways, fun little test. Till next time, Duffman out.